Okay, welcome to part 2 of Python. We are working on Unit 2, and today we're going to be talking about variables. And variables are just names for memory locations. You remember the last part 1 we were talking about types, data types and stuff like that. We're going to create memory locations, and memory locations, all we have to do is give them a name. And what do we want to store in that memory location. So I might put what's up. Okay, so now you could think of this message as being a box, and it holds what's up doc. Okay, and that's what's being stored in this memory location. Now assignments are made from right to left, meaning what's up doc on the right is assigned to what's on the left message. So message is just a box that holds what's up docs. Even though I'm going to use single letters, try to stay away from single letters, but I could create memory locations that represent numbers. Okay, I could create memory locations that equal decimals, and so forth. And if I want to, I can go ahead and print those out. Remember, assignments are made from right to left. That means 17 is on the right, so it gets assigned to n, and 3.14159 gets assigned to pi. I cannot do it in reverse. If I go 17 equals n, and hit enter, notice it's red. I cannot take n and put it into 17. 17 is a constant and it cannot be changed. Okay, can't assign to literal. Okay. So just to prove that if I go n, comma, pi, comma, and let's say message, comma, sep equals, let's put 2 spaces there. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. And notice I have 17, 3.14159, and what's up doc. So n is 17, this is pi, and this is the message. Okay. So that's about variables and assigning variables using the assignment statement, the equal symbol. Let's go over naming variables. Okay, you notice I just picked just random names. It should follow some rules. Variable names can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. So I could go ahead and have message 1 equals hello. Okay, even though it has letters and numbers, it meets criteria 1. Variable names can contain letters, numbers, and underscore. If I want to put an underscore 1, that's fine too. Okay. Variable names cannot contain spaces. That means I cannot go ahead and put message 1 with a space. Notice it's already underlined, and it doesn't work. You get an error. Okay. And variable names cannot start with a number. Okay, so if I did 5 message and go ahead and run that, notice it gives me an error message, mainly because of this 5 being in front. Case matter, for instance, temp and temperature are different. What they're saying there is if I have a memory location called temp equals 6, and temp with a capital T equals 7, notice my results, since I put temp, and let's Okay. And notice my results. 6 and 7. See, this temp and this temp are two different temps. It is case sensitive. Okay. So this temp holds 6. This temp holds 7. If I change the case to lowercase, this is what would happen. Okay, 6 is assigned to temp, then 7 is assigned to temp, so what 6 is thrown out, so now temp is 7, and we output 7, 7. Okay, so that's naming variables. Also try to stay away from symbols, something like dollar symbols. Notice it's already highlighted red. I put a dollar symbol after temp. Keywords. There are several keywords, basically 16 of them. Okay, here are the keywords, and when you're creating memory locations, you cannot use one of these words for your memory locations. They have other meanings, meaning that when we call these names, they already have a meaning to them, that the compiler knows it has to do something. And if you remember, we did def from the first unit, DEF, stands for defined function. So notice that's reserve. And here are the other ones you can take a look at. And try to memorize them if you can, so it'll save you mistakes. Okay. Next, we're talking about expressions. Okay. So an expression is a combination of values, variables, operators, and calls to a function. If you type an expression at the Python prompt, the interpreter evaluates it and displays the result. So let's go back to PyCharm. And let's practice. Let's just go print and 1 plus 1. That's my math expression inside of print. And notice it comes out as 2, which it should. Okay. Here's an example. Print len hello. This stands for length, and when I run this, I get 5 because O counts as 1, LL counts as 2, that's just 3, E counts as 4, and H counts as 5. That pretty much wraps it up for this part. So this is part 2 of Python. We're at 2.5, which will be tomorrow. It'll be part 3, 2.5 and on. So hopefully you have any questions. See me after school, or just watch this video again. Have a nice night. Thank you.